Antalya'ya gittim, oraya gittim, buraya gittim. Bu kartı veren adam dedi ki bana git yardımcı ollar, biletini ona gönderdiler.
Okay, we're here today with Reverend James Bultema, who is the pastor of St Paul Union Church and the director of St Paul Cultural Centre here in Kalichi in Antalya. Hello there, Jim.
Hello.
As he likes to be called, a bit more informal. Jim, could you just give us a bit of your background and how you came to be in Turkey and specifically Antalya?
Well, I grew up in the state of Michigan of the United States, and after graduating from theological school, Denver Seminary, my wife and I moved to Istanbul, where I first served as pastor of the Union Church of Istanbul. I served as pastor there until 1996, and at that time we moved down to Antalya and started the St. Paul Union Church. For several years we met in local hotels, but then in 1999 we moved into a building that we erected, the St. Paul Cultural Center, and we built the St. Paul Cultural Center both as a meeting place for the St. Paul Union Church and also as a community center to serve the local community in a variety of ways.
That's very interesting. I never realised that you actually built this centre. How did you raise the money for that?
Well, once we decided to do this, we only had $1,000 and 1,000 Deutschmark in the bank, and so I went to the United States, and in 3 weeks I had 52 meetings. From Santa Barbara, California to Washington, D.C., and at the end of that time was a little further ahead, and actually I thought I was a failure because I spent a lot of money in just travel expenses and didn't come out with that much. But within just a few months we had enough money to buy the land, pledges came in and such, and then by April of the following year we had enough money to build the building. And so it ended up being successful.
Oh, that's very good. Everyone's then participated in right from the ground up, so to speak.
Yes. In fact, in 1 week here in Antalya, the international community raised over $12,000.
Wow.
Just as kind of a start. And then once people back in the United States knew how serious people were here in wanting this building to be built, then many got behind us and pitched in and supported as well.
That's very interesting. So what kind of people does the Cultural Centre attract? Is it just Christians, or is there a wide range of people?
We wanted a building that would serve the broader community, whether they were Christians or non-Christians, Muslims, whatever. And the St. Paul Cultural Center really does serve a wide variety of people. In fact, we now have a Turkish congregation meeting at the St. Paul Cultural Center, and they have outgrown the international congregation, or the English-speaking congregation. We've had a German congregation take shape here, and now they've moved out to their own place. And now we have a Russian congregation forming. So people of many different languages, and also, as I mentioned, people who really don't want to have anything to do with the church, but who come here for English language instruction, Turkish language instruction. We have dance classes from time to time, ballroom dancing, American line dancing. We have mother and toddler play groups. We have opera concerts. For 2008, we're going to have monthly opera concerts. So seminars from time to time on various topics. So quite a wide variety of services to the community, and day trips to various historical sites in the area, and occasionally tours as well, to which everyone is invited to participate.
And are these tours and day trips, are they religious tours and day trips, or is it just that you would go to antiquity sites like Aspendos and City, or do you organise tours specifically for different groups of people, or are the general tours people can sign up for? Like the individually designed, group designed? Can you give us an idea of the tours basically?
Sure. Some of these tours are focused to some extent on biblical history. For example, north of Antalya there's a section of antique road, Roman road, that really no one living here knows about. And I lead groups up to that site from time to time, and that's part of the road that the Apostle Paul and Barnabas would have walked on to get to Pisidian Antioch in about 46, AD 46. So it's brought in, but these day trips aren't religious per se. Some are to sites that have no relation to the Bible whatsoever. And I'm a lover of history, so I share that love with people.
Yeah, it's just a good interesting day out.
That's right, and it's a lot of fun. Sometimes next month, or I should say in February 2008, we're doing a ski trip up to Davros, to Sparta. And so we do just fun outings as well.
That sounds really good. There's also, I've heard that since 1997 you've been doing Olive Grove, which is like a 2 separate weeks for children, is that right?
That's right. Olive Grove is, we call it an English-speaking adventure, holiday adventure, and it's in the summer. It's always in June, the last 2 weeks of June, and we usually have anywhere from 15 to 20 different cultures represented there. English is the common language, but it's just wonderful fun for children and youth and for adults who volunteer to help out there.
And who can attend? Anyone can attend that? The children?
Yes. It is sponsored by the St. Paul Union Church, and so there is some degree of Bible instruction, but of course there's absolutely no coercion or anything like that. And some Turkish children choose to, instead of the Bible hour of instruction, choose to do English as a second language offering that we provide.
And people can volunteer to help out there, is that right?
Yes, we do generally have more volunteers than actually are needed, and so we have application forms that my wife, who is the director, processes. So there's a selection process, but yes, people can volunteer.
So thanks very much today for talking to us, Jim.
You're very welcome.
I was wondering if you'd just give me some information about how people could find out about these concerts and the tours and everything that the centre does. Do you have a website, for instance?
Yes, we do. The website is www.spccturkey.com. And that website isn't probably kept up to date as well as it should be, but we do our best and hope to do better in the coming year. But that's a good place to get more information and to see pictures of Olive Grove and of the St. Paul Cultural Center, and to get information of upcoming events as well.
And it has your contact details in there as well?
Contact details in there as well.
Okay, well Jim, thanks for talking to us, and have a good new year when it comes.
Thank you, you too, Billy.